Hallo, hallo.
Hallo beste mensen.
We have to do it in English, remember? Because we are very open to everybody. So we have to do it in English. I think it's the better choice.
So shouldn't you just switch between all the languages? I mean, a lot of the world speaks
true,
English, and just learn Spanish.
No, I speak German as well.
Speak French,
through the stream.
a little German.
Anyway, ladies and gents, welcome to the first of this season's Doran's Academy League match. Today we have randomly selected, very randomly, Doran's Weakside Prisoners versus Zehpyr.
We literally threw a dice. Yeah.
Division 3 match, I believe, out of my head.
Which is, of course, the best division, or at least it used to be. But the most fun team obviously left. But there's still this very fun team kicking around.
Like, I'm actually quite interested in this match, especially because of the top laner of Weakside wasn't able to go, so they had a substitute.
Okay.
Maarten, you know him, Jagert, is the substitute.
I do know him.
For him.
Okay.
That is
probably an upgrade, but I mean the other one's also quite good. But I know Maarten has reached Challenger for Master quite a few times. So I'm curious to see how that goes.
I am quite curious as well. I'm gonna see if everybody's ready. Yes, casters are also ready. So, like, especially because of the new season, a lot of things can be cooked. Especially in the support role, we've seen a lot of things being cooked, and especially the silence. Gomjun Loads is he called now? Yeah, Gomjun Loads is he called now. He likes to cook a lot. Or Chair likes to cook a hell of a lot. He's also a believer in the LS Church. So I am quite interested to see if he's going to cook anything spicy. We have seen things like Iron Mid from him as well in the past. So
say the word cook again.
Come on, he's Walter White. You gotta let him cook, you know. You gotta let him cook. gotta let him.
The Iron Mid, that would be spicy if we actually get to see it. The Iron Mid, that would be spicy.
I don't know if they're going to do it. It kind of depends on Maarten's champion. Because you kind of need a good champion topside to utilize it in order to really... Oh wait, are they flexing... Wait, how are they going to do it with role positions? I think they're not in order, right? I assume they're going to...
I don't think so, no. Obviously less of a big deal because you're picking outside of the browser, I suppose. But yeah, it's...
True.
Concurrency, but apparently not.
Okay, so in bans, if I look like OPPGs of like both teams, there are some obvious.
Yeah,
I think
Samira to go.
Is going to come out. Samira is probably going to get banned on the side of Weakside. Probably going to ban from them. I also see a lot of Samira. Oh, honestly, I see a lot of Samira.
Yeah, it might be a first pick.
They have a lot of Samira on both sides.
Yeah.
So that's actually quite interesting.
Which everybody knows, of course, Samira is the inferior version of Nyla, but despite that, you know, they're...
Although that the guy's mid laner has literally Katarina in his name, he doesn't have it in his recent match history as much, but it's still probably a lot of plays, so that could also be interesting.
They started the ban, by the way, so I would suggest you switch over to...
Woo, let's go.
That screen. Maybe remove the... Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So there's also Steam delay. Okay, so they...
interesting though, Weakside actually banned it, despite them playing it as well.
Okay, this is really fast, but it all kind of makes sense. Cannon is a lot of played from the top laner, the substitute.
From Maarten. Yeah, this is the champion he reached. Master with Wukong being so strong right now. Syndra
being... Okay, they're just banning comfortable good champions. The Caitlyn ban is interesting though.
It is the second most played champ, I believe. So
it's the third most played champ, but that's still in recent match history, so it kind of depends on the...
But it is 91 games on the Samira and then 4 on the second most played, so... we'll see. The Ezreal pick from Weakside. That looks like a Weakside bot side, which, considering our team name, of course, makes... Yeah, it's quite funny, but Ezreal pick, interesting. The first pick, apparently they thought that was priority. I'm kind of curious as why they went with the ban on the Samira and not just first pick it, because I would expect that whoever red side has to ban it. but I assume they had a strategy that didn't need Zehpyr, so that's probably why they banned it. I'm curious to see how this pans out first. Letting it come down to the wire here. You still there, Johan?
Okay, yeah. People are asking me if there's a caster tonight, and I'm literally saying I'm currently casting as it is. So, so that's okay.
Then welcome people who just came. Just send them the link. Then they can join. I see there's already some people in the chat.
I'm already. I'm working on it.
Ashe support, not really surprising. Very popular right now. Jarvan also not surprising. Played a lot by the jungler of Weakside.
It is interesting though. I don't know how strong Jarvan is currently. It's not that great. But then again, Varus and Ashe are quite immobile champs already, so they could.
I was about to say those are good champs.
They could definitely pick this against very well.
I'm very curious to see if they pick an aggressive, engaging support with it, because it does bad against their team. But if you ping a Jarvan, you usually want something to go in with it. Obviously, you can also do that in the top side. But the Soraka Ezreal, it's about as passive a lane as you're gonna get. I think only Yuumi is more passive, but Yuumi's unplayable now. Ooh, the Ashe Vi combo. A very nasty one. A lot of big potential. The Varus there as well. Just being able to lock someone down for so long, and I imagine that it's actually very rough for the Jarvan, because now if he wants to get in to the backline, he already had a big problem with Ashe and Varus being able to stop, but with the Vi as well, there's just so much lockdown. If you're not careful as a Jarvan, you just die. So curious to see how the Weakside adapts their comp to actually be able to deal with this, as this is very strong.
I kind of like how like Zehpyr is so close to like pro play comps and like what pro players would aim for, and then Weakside's completely not pro side what people would play. Like Jarvan, okay, Ezreal has seen some play because it is just a very safe AD carry and it's a lot of AD carries within pro play just like the champion a lot. In case I like a comfortable champion, so still see some play. But like Jarvan and Soraka see very little play. They've seen some play, but very little play. So that's interesting to see. And like Zehpyr has just drafted like pro play according draft. Pick bot lane, pick Vi, pick good stuff. So it's interesting to see. At least we see Jace Shen ban on the side of Weakside makes a lot of sense. Ornn is also a good ban. Akali is an interesting ban, I would say, but I think it's to give the Zehpyr mid laner some breathing room.
Yeah, probably. It is interesting. And just going full on the top side for Weakside with the bans. Vex actually an interesting one.
I mean, Vex
quite good against them.
Yeah, Vex and Vi go very well together, because if Vex you want to reset, you want to hit your ultimate, but it can be quite difficult to hit. But Vi, you know exactly when the ult is going to hit a target. We want to assassinate.
Not to mention,
Ashe works the same way, Varus works the same way. So that's actually a very good combo. And it also, Vex is quite good against melee opponents. So it discourages the Sylas and the Yone pick here, and the Yasuo pick here from the mid lane.
The LeBlanc pick. To me, that just signals we want to chill bot side and we're playing for top side. We get a LeBlanc, very aggressive, wants to roam. So I expect a carry top lane here, something like the gameplay would definitely go at
quite good this game. Actually quite interesting also.
With the Jarvan setup, actually really good. I don't know how good it works with the Soraka, but it works with the bot side being weak. The LeBlanc, I expect to go top side a lot. I expect that Jarvan to go top side a lot, although he might try a gank if the bot lane obviously overextends. So I think this is one team gonna play mostly for mid and bot, and I expect the tank to come out from Zehpyr here, and then Weakside to go full on that the top side. And I'm very curious. Sign here is the tank that I expected.
Interesting.
Sign actually decent matchup against Gangplank, but not as bad as I think it could have been for the Gangplank. So curious.
I'm always interested to see if it's an inting sign, yes or no. I'm going to look up the guy's message too. I don't think it is. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's that good anymore, but I'm still always interested to see if it's an inting sign, yes or no. I don't think it's inting signing. Quite sure.
I mean, inting sign also works a lot less in coordinated play, at least. It is an inting sign? Is that what you're trying to say here?
Holy shit, we got an internal echo for a second. We got an internal echo. Oh my fucking god, that was very quite spicy. We had like if we were in church.
The Church of LS. I mean, I didn't really see it come by so much, but yeah. Here, of course, expect to see. So let's see if they do something funny with the bands. Sometimes they do.
I assume you just don't, because it's from an organized standpoint. You just kind of want to know which bands actually happen. Like for scouting, like if you want a quick scout, you can just look up the previous matches. So I would just recommend always.
Yeah, but of course, I assume that the entire league is obviously watching this amazing stream so that they can scout these other matches, even though they're playing their own matches. It doesn't matter. Not to mention, of course, enjoy our amazing commentary.
Hey, true. Okay, I'm actually quite interested in this game. I love GP. I love seeing GP in action. If I see a barrel crit, I'm gonna get a lot of hopium.
All I'm saying
so
here,
well
Jochem,
against our comp as well, honestly.
all I'm saying here, Jochem, this is Weakside. For people who know, we played them in the Midgets Invitational.
I'm going to VM them right now, come on.
And Jochem, he picked the gangplank mid lane, and he absolutely wiped the floor with them. So
Okay,
I assumed that they just thought, this
It
champion
was
is OP.
quite a close game. Come on, man. I want to be a nice caster this season. I don't want to be toxic anymore. Like I play less League of Legends now,
All I'm
so I have
saying
to be
is
less
they
toxic.
learned.
Yeah. They saw my GP and were like, holy shit, if Jochem can fucking do it, I
Jochem can play
do
it,
then I can do
yeah,
it.
we should definitely be able to make
Okay.
it work. Exactly.
But this does confirm my initial suspicion, actually.
Which
They
is-
were in order.
They were in order, yeah, that's
the person who normally plays mid is top. The guy who usually plays mid AD carry, and their substitute is playing mid.
Which is interesting because he's usually a top laner.
I think
but I
this
guess
may be a deal to be like, oh, we're bringing in a substitute, but he's quite good top lane. In order to balance it out, we're putting him somewhere else. So he's like less comfortable.
Maybe,
It could be a deal. I don't know
I must
exactly.
say,
but
I
it
don't
could
know
make
if
sense.
Marta has been playing it recently. Actually, fun fact, I heard that Marta, like us, went to the South America recently. So
Oh shit!
we should ask if we have some time. We should, if we're interviewing him, we're asking where we should go.
That's a good
But then he does need to win. So
then
let's
he
find
does
out
need to
what
win.
actually happens.
I mean, since there's the other team of Zehpyr, we could also just ask Zehpyr to interview them. That would be very good. Actually, that would actually be very good. We could just ask him. Yeah. If no one else loses, I'm going to interview Zehpyr for 100%.
Yeah, of course.
That would make it fair. That would make it actually truly fair. We just say, hey, go in the Academy League chat, we're going to interview you as. Yeah. I agree.
Do we have an Academy League Discord? Because I'm not in it.
You're not in it. Because you don't play it anymore. Yeah, I'll invite you when we're...
Good. And we have the which comp actually? Like, obviously we're a little biased. We wanting Weakside to win, but we're gonna cast this in a way that is hopefully somewhat neutral. But which comp actually do you think? Just objectively speaking, which comp do you like?
Which comp do I like? Yeah, it is quite interesting. There are two different areas. So not everybody's in the main role.
Yeah.
I know that the top lane who's going to play Gangplank, he's so good area. So yeah, but purely comp based, I like Zephyr's comp more because it's easier, and that's why I always prefer. If you have an easier team fight comp, that's always the easiest to execute. But then again, you have answers on the side of Weakside because Gangplank is very good into Vex. Jarvan is very good into quite immobile carries, which they have. Like if Vex doesn't get a reset, she's a mobile carry. So he doesn't have ult, he's just immobile. So then you have your carries, the Vex, the Varus, maybe the Ashe, who are immobile as hell, get Jarvan ult, get Gangplank combos, and are just dead.
Yeah, so basically what you're saying is they put so many eggs in the Gangplank basket that you... But I'd argue
but it works the same for LeBlanc, right? You put them on lockdown and you just combo them and then it's over set. You could put an Ashe ult on top of it, it will also work the same way.
The amount of poke, because there's poke on both teams, but there's so much poke on the team of Weakside that I wouldn't underestimate it. Because LeBlanc pre-fight just jumping over the wall and chunking someone out. Ezreal,
I think the poke is almost easily messed like Varus, Vex, and Ashe, to be honest. LeBlanc
poke as well. Gangplank's gonna hit a barrel at some point.
Yeah, but LeBlanc poke only works if you don't get filed on your ass immediately when you do so. So you have to go. But that's a good answer, right? If you like LeBlanc ult and you W in as LeBlanc, we've seen it in pro play several times. A Blanc player tries to I'm going to just chunk him. But if with something gaps, I just go W and just immediately Ashe ults, get immediately Varus ults, get immediately Vex feared, get immediately violent, and you're just fucked.
If you can Vi it and you can get back, then actually that's a good thing. But that's true. It's true.
But again, Vi builds are more tankier recently. I think you go like Chemtech Purify like the anti-heal item first, which would actually make more sense this game since aka Soraka is in the game, so it would even make more sense this game.
Yeah, but it's on their the Vex. Yeah. You mean on the Vex, or?
No, the Vi. The Vi goes Chemtech Purify.
The Vi,
the tank anti-heal item. You go with that first.
Yeah.
But once again, I don't know if they copy pro play or they just be like, nah. Look, I'm actually quite
but no, I tend to agree. I really think the comp from Zehpyr is really easy to execute. They get their air shields. I do think the air shield's going to be crucial. If that misses a lot, then I think it's harder for them this game. But they get the air shield, they get the Varus ult, they get the Vex engage, get the Vi follow-up, they get the Sion follow-up. It seems they can just dogpile on one target so quickly. I would also very much like to see the Ezreal have a cleanse here. If he doesn't, I think that's a mistake. Even though Ezreal's quite safe, there's so much lockdown, even Ezreal, I think, can't escape. The thing to remember, though, is they do have a Soraka. Shit's gonna live longer than we think.
True. But the, even in, like, so, one point I want to get back on, even on solo queue builds, you go, like, Chemtech Chainsword, the anti-heal item, you go that first. Even in solo queue. So it's probably going to be an easy pick for the Zephyr's jungler to do that.
I think so too.
I would also assume. But then again, what I think is also going to be very important is Jarvan's game. Like I said, because the ult can do so much on the carries. If Jarvan doesn't get good at ults off,
I was about to say,
it around correctly, it could still be like a dub. Like, if the Jarvan plays
just get knocked down.
Yeah,
even if you play it correctly, you get Vexed, Feared, you get Varus ult, you get Ashe ult.
Yeah, true, but your only job is to set them... Okay, but if you put them in, like, the box, and you have a Gangplank barrel that can one-shot almost instantly.
Yeah.
You have a LeBlanc combo, which can almost one-shot either. But even then, you have also a very easy thing to synergize with. Silence from Fraka. Yeah, the Vex can kill you if Jarvan is in there with him. Oh, but Vex is silent, so they can do it. Yeah. That still works. So there's a lot of pieces of the puzzle that can work together, but it centers more or less around...
And we do see the cleanse.
It centers more around Jarvan, but also interesting to note, I think mid lane has kill pressure as well, because I think Jarvan LeBlanc win from Vi Vex early, and Jarvan and LeBlanc have a lot of reach on an immobile Vex. So it could very well be a very early LeBlanc outscale dub. And then late game, you have like this Gangplank and Ezreal for like easy poke comps too.
And that's what I think this game is gonna come down to. I think bot lane should win from the side of Zehpyr. Top lane should win from the side of Weakside.
Yeah.
So I assume whichever way the mid lane is going, that's probably how the game is going. Because there's enough cleanses and stuff on the team of Weakside that I think they have a chance to survive things if lockdown truly comes and they're ahead. However, if they're behind, behind in all lanes, I don't see them coming back, and vice versa, to be honest. So I think mid lane's the lane to watch here.
Yeah, I agree. Mid lane is going to be very important, at least in the early game. Like, I don't think Gangplank Sion have that much kill pressure on each other. I think Gangplank is going to scale, I think Sion is going to scale health, and Gangplank is going to scale money. Bot lane is also kind of interesting, though. But the Ezreal did run the cleanse. You have a very, I guess, Ezreal Soraka is quite defensive, so they could maybe like play it safe against Varus Ezreals. But I think once again, the Ezreals online, you're going to see it randomly being thrown mid. If it hits LeBlanc, LeBlanc's instantly dead. If it hits the Jarvan, Jarvan's instantly dead.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's going to be a fight in the mid lane, because bot lane they want to play for bot lane, but I think Weakside, that is Zehpyr, but I think Weakside made it almost impossible to play for bot lane. If you see this, you just. You know you're not going to be able to do anything. So level 6, I don't think anything will happen unless someone makes a major mistake on either side. Top lane, like you said, probably just 2 scaling lanes. So I expect the junglers, I expect the supports all to go mid lane. So I think it's a big brawl, and honestly, I'm excited for it.
Put the objective timers in the bottom. I still think, why don't they upgrade the fucking objective timers to the top of the screen? Why is it still such a...
Definitely too. We see in the bot lane already the stronger lane zoning the weaker lane, but... Ooh, nice snipe. Always like to see that. So fellow Ezreal enjoyer. don't claim to be any good at it anymore, but
like I always say, Ezreal on me is purely dependent how he uses his E. If he goes offensive with his E, then I like the Ezreal player. If he doesn't, then he's
yeah, chicken. But here's how Ezreal actually works. If you're going aggressive with your E, that should mean death. Whenever I'm playing an Ezreal and he does that, I kill him. Because Ezreal is not made to E in. Unless you can immediately kill the last person there, you should never E in as Ezreal. That's my opinion.
Oh, see,
if you want to dash in, just play Zehpyr.
Double knock.
That's
very maybe that here. Has flash, decides not to use it, but a very good Varus turn on the Jarvan, killed him. Is the Ezreal going to be able to finish those? He's going to at least get the Ashe back.
One.
But you have a Vi on the run. Vi has flash, is going to commit it as well. Yeah, that's going to be a dead Ezreal. It's going to be 2 kills over to Zehpyr and 1 to Weakside. So that's a Zehpyr win in my book. Was actually very well, confidently played from the Ashe and the Varus. I thought they were going to immediately flash out, but they first saw the opportunity. Okay, Jarvan is already quite low. He already took quite a lot of damage before he was able to set up his EQ, waiting for his balling to arrive. So they saw the Varus kill and they went for it. That's a very good play. Very confident. Very nice.
Yeah, very impressive. You see that power of the early lane for Varus and Ashe, obviously both running Hail of Blades, making it even stronger in the early game, and we saw it work out because that Varus and Ashe just deleted them and then went over, and Ezreal just barely not being able to finish second kill. Yeah, very nice.
Probably like the Jarvan underestimating the double Hail of Blades bot lane. Varus and Ashe both rocking that Hail of Blades. You can just like start basic attacking the hell out of the Jarvan in a few seconds. He's dead.
And we see actually the Sign putting some pressure on the Gangplank here, which is interesting to see. Did not expect that. Obviously, always like to see a Sign do good.
But I mean, Gangplank doesn't have a lot of early potential to kill anymore. Like how Gangplank used to be played, where you would just go grasp and you would just poke the hell out of your opponent in the early game with a very cheap Q. That isn't the case anymore. You can't do that so much to... At least you can't do that anymore to tanky opponents, because Sign will just be Wing all the time your Qs, and you will run out of mana before you will be able to like get the Sign half HP. And he will regen too much with Doran's shield or left a pot, so that won't work anymore. So Gangplank, Sign is going to have control of this early wave 100%, because Gangplank just doesn't have enough kill pressure. But Sign also doesn't have that much kill pressure, to be honest. Because if Gangplank stops just not in range, he's only throwing Qs to last hit, then he's going to be probably never going to take a full Q from Sign. It's probably going to be fine.
Yeah, probably true. But then again, I mean, you see that extra gold that he's getting. It's the thing I have. Oh, he's definitely trying, and that's a good burn.
He is taking a lot of minion damage here for tanking this wave. I don't know if that's worked. We see a ping. We see a ping of Vex of 400. I hope that was fixed. In such a ping Vex 400 at MS. Yeah, that would be great. But I assume they like if it was terrible, they would probably have passed it. And,
yeah, you'd assume so. Jarvan here. Obviously, expected this.
Not going to kill.
Good flash. Good flash.
Not going to kill. It was very close, but it's not. It's definitely not enough.
And that's obviously the ignite and the flash committed from the LeBlanc, and only the flash for the Vex.
But this is still fine for Zehpyr. Like losing double sums on the LeBlanc, not getting a kill, Vex only using flash. You can just TP back. You won't miss away.
Yeah.
You won't miss XP.
This is
still
really
excellent
fine
for the Vex. Because now with Ignite down, LeBlanc has a lot less kill pressure for you the coming 3 minutes. That's going to be very good for the Vex. And once again,
I agree.
I think in order to like get this early comp, at least for Weakside to get a lead early, they have to get this LeBlanc at. I think that's the most easy, the best angle to do. Sign is like very difficult to ever catch unless you're willing to really commit on it. But that might take a while and that might backfire. And bot lane is like, yeah, the bot lane is just going to be very strong. I think even we saw on the dive, on the play, Jarvan was so low. They could. It's very mobile with level 6 Jarvan. I think it's still very possible, but they are going to have a lot stronger Ezreal in order to, I think, fully be able to commit there. But we'll
I think so too. But I expect with both flashes on both carries, mid laners being down, that there will be even more action there. And we shouldn't forget LeBlanc has a dash. Vex does not, so the flash on LeBlanc is a lot less important than the flash on the Vex. So that is an argument to make.
That's true, but it's still like and Ignite down. It's still a lot of kill pressure gone. Like
definitely.
Maybe you could like randomly go for a combo, one shot the Vex. It isn't possible anymore. Oh, you have to. Now you have to maybe you have to use one W offense to get in range, so you can't like full combo here. So you have the Jarvan coming, but I don't think you have enough damage. Yeah, has Fear up, will Fear as a good response to the Jarvan Q combo, and we'll just walk away. Now this is very, very, very good. You see Jarvan like trying to set up plays as much as he can, knowing that there are some edges they can have. Because currently the Zehpyr is doing quite well. They're ahead.
They
I
are
don't necessarily if
obviously
they outscale, but they are still going to be very able to contest in the late game. Zehpyr's scrum, so it's going to be.
I think that really depends on how.
Mr. Cannon. Oh yeah, I will.
Yeah,
if he's in if he's in the interview, I will definitely say that he missed the cannon.
5 push-ups.
740.
Yeah, we're noting that down.
It's going into the book. It's going into the book.
In the big book of missed cannons.
Big book of grudges to cannon.
But I think, it's looking really good for Zehpyr. Obviously fairly passive, but I think that's kind of what they expected, at least. Not necessarily wanted, but expected. But on mid lane, you see the LeBlanc trying a lot, you see the Jarvan trying a lot, it's just not working. Which I think ultimately is really good for Vex.
It's quite interesting though, yeah, we see the Jarvan trying to move bot here. He's going to get spotted now. Vi isn't going to be close, but Jarvan... Yeah.
Fitting.
Yeah, the push isn't there. So Ezreal Soraka first having to get up, so Jarvan doesn't think that he has an angle to go here.
Maybe scared of what happened last time. Interesting to see that not yet level 6 on the Ashe, which I think is a big deal.
But that's the also the Jarvan going in because he's like, I can't burst quick enough and have no idea where the Vi is. If I go in here and Vi is behind them, it's all ruined. I can do this. So he decides to not go and flip. That's, I think, a very wise decision. However, because he showed, that's going to mean another objective for Zehpyr. First the Dragon of Vi, and now the Herald. So we're going to see what this gets popped. I think it's going to be popped bot side, because I think that's the most easiest lane to get extra plates with the Varus and the Ashe, who now soon will both have ult on. So that's going to be, like you can't just go for like Soraka burst and Ezreal's cleanse, so you can just go for Soraka, get some pressure off, plant Herald and try to go for that early turret. So,
but if you're playing good as Soraka, you should never be in range to actually be in danger from.
They're playing it safe. That's still good, but still like an angle I think Zehpyr will go for. We see 5 bot side, so we'll see which
level 6 on the Ashe now. I have learned this from our previous support, of course, who played mostly Taric, but also played Ashe support at quite high level in solo queue back when Ashe was not that well known as a support, and. He's a firm believer in immediately recalling after you hit level 6 and ulting down mid lane. Here going for the Soraka. Soraka very much called out.
Yeah, hey, and what did I tell you? What did I tell you Zehpyr was going to do? Exactly what I told you. Exactly what I told you. Thank you very much. I'm the prophet. Thank you very much.
I mean, yeah, definitely an overstep from the Soraka. Should never be in range to let this happen.
Yeah, but that's still very difficult. Like, if they wasn't in range, you would have just flashed for it. Like, this is very difficult. You have to... I think it's very difficult for Soraka to not die there. It's very difficult to not get an angle off.
I don't know if that's good. If the Soraka goes back far enough, okay, maybe the Ashe ult hits. But then the Varus ult's not going to follow up. Or they both have to flash for it. And even then, you're very far from your tower. Oh.
No.
Proxy Sion?
Sion is shouting cowards while running away himself.
No, he's not running away. He's running into their base. This man's... But I was about to say, there's a Gangplank ult. What is he doing?
Okay. Yeah, okay, that gank is going to be returned from the bot side into a kill for Gangplank. They're going to be very happy with that one.
That is a very nice bonus. That's something I think they very, very much need. Ooh, another overstep. Yeah. I think that's... Heard that again.
They recalled, yeah. Thought the bot side recalled, didn't. They were just waiting in the bush, the classic. Vi's also here. Is it going to be a dead Ezreal? No. Vi not yet having his ult back. Almost had the ult back. Vi almost had... Oh, good snipe from Snurp. Snurp. Oh, and the Vex ult. Yeah, that's Zehpyr. That's LeBlanc. Okay, this is very big from Zehpyr.
Ooh. We just saying how big one kill in the top lane was, and now they make 3 in the bot lane.
Just like that.
Yeah. Not good.
But you also see, like, you have also a very good answer to LeBlanc, because... Oh, is it going to be a steal? It's going to be a steal from the Jarvan.
Steal. Oh my lord.
They're going to try
he should die here though, although Soraka here.
Oh, Soraka heals. Ah, Sansa front. Is she going to die for that? No, she's not going to die for that.
That's also not how Vex works. Actually surprised that random hash arrow for the not gonna do anything.
I'm going to look at something.
I mean it's a good steal. That actually I think is a big deal because this gives Weakside more time to scale, which at this point they need. This dragon stacking was, I think, one of the win conditions Zehpyr had, and now it has still there, but it's delayed. So I think that steals a big
It's very true, but you still have a very, very big Varus at the moment. The Varus is very strong. Oh, is it going
Definitely
to be
true. This should be a kill on the LeBlanc.
Oh,
on basic attack.
Well played from Nintendo. He's going to get himself a Vi pickup. Is he now able to get to sneak away? I don't think so. Has fear effects? Is going to use it. Oh, it blows back. Okay. Smikler will be able to pick that one up quite easily.
I mean, giving it to the support instead of the mid laner, I mean, that's good for... but yeah. I still say that's worth, because you also force the Vex to lose a wave. And I think any advantage in the LeBlanc can get.
Yeah, we once again disagree because you once again spent double cents on this. You once again spent double cents on just trading and giving it to Schmikkelen, who will schmickel on that kill.
But it is the support you gave it to, so that's 150 gold that's actually going to...
Yeah, but it's support that's just building damage, so it doesn't matter.
That's kind of fair, but Ash is not there to do that.
Oh, Jarvan is going to commit for this dive. Let's see if it works out.
Well, misses, but that's
silence. Are they going to be able to pick up Snurp here? I think they will pick up... Is Esco going to die for this? Ooh, almost. Almost hits a Soraka there. Okay, that's going to be a 2-for-2 in the bot lane. I still think
that's a big shutdown.
But that's a big shutdown, so I think this one is definitely worth it. And also you put some counter on the map, put Varus off the map for a few bit. That's quite nice. Gangplank, I assume, has the bounty rune as well. So you'll pick some extra gold on top of that as well. I think I saw some gold flying to the Gangplank at the end. That's good. So yeah, we will see now how they can kind of stop the bleeding from happening. But still, the 3K league is quite consistent at the moment. So Zehpyr is to stay the same amount ahead as they were just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, which I think is positive for. I mean, it's 3K still 3K,
but still quite difficult. You still have a lot of that gold into the elite is mostly into the Varus at the moment, so that's going to be quite difficult. But they have the tools.
That's not a bad one to have it in.
Oh, Mrs. Cannon. Okay, that's Kaiser Pingu. I will remind that. If there's an interview and you're in there, I will definitely remind you of that. I'm such an asshole. I'm such an asshole. I'm such an asshole. But yeah,
I suggest you actually write them down. You're gonna forget them.
Nah, I'm fine.
But yeah, I'm actually curious. I always forget how you do that. I think it's C or something, or Shift. How you can see the gold of the members.
I think it was C or O or something. I always doing that. I always go. Oh shit! We see the.
Oh my!
The name they're not going to. The summoner name they're not going to say. Pick up a nice skill. Nice solo kill in the mid lane.
It's nothing wrong with Katarina's cat.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I expect it. Actually, this is
another
but it's
coming out. Is they going to kill Smikler? They are going to be able to. Oh, good fight ult with Eagle's return. This means they're going to pick up Jarvan. Also, Vex is there. Misses everything, but doesn't matter. Has E, so he's going to pick up that kill. I mentioned it's going to be a return kill onto the Ezreal. But also the GP teleporting in behind them means that he's just going to get bopped, since he ain't no tank. Yeah. That's
definitely too late on the teleport there. Because the fight was basically over by the time the Gambler showed up, and we saw here the strength of the comp from Zehpyr. It was just the Jarvan went in and got locked down, just couldn't do anything for the entire fight, and
now the turret over to Zehpyr. Yeah, sheesh, it's 2 turrets to favor now. Yeah, now the 3K gold lead is more than 5K gold lead currently for Zehpyr. Yeah, it's like I said, the Varus is quite big. They keep playing around it, and they keep winning when they play around it. So it's very nice. Also, killing the Gangplank there is also quite big. You leave some of that tempo of gold building that he was currently achieving. Sign is able to also pick top turret off of that, so it's going to be quite nice. Now they're probably going to look to either Herald or Dragon. I assume they want Dragon first. Zehpyr also placing the Varus now mid lane, that they've cracked the bot turret. Makes a lot of sense. It's a very, very wise decision. You have a very good poke champion in the mid lane right now. And Vex with TP will be able to pick up that side lane when it becomes a problem. But for now, they're 5-man focusing on this dragon. And I think Weakside is going to have to give this one.
Yeah, or we see another Magic Miracle steal, but I see they're just trading it for the Herald, which I think is about as good you're going to get it. Oh, that looks like Zehpyr actually wants to contest that.
They are going to spot it out very early because of Ashe. Oh, sheesh. Is it
going
to
the sign on it?
Okay, yeah, that's going to be a very nice combo.
Beautiful.
Not able to play the game. Holy moly, kills them. Oh, and you also see the Vex trying to get
kill the Ezreal.
They are going to pick up Rift Herald here. Via eventually also picks up Dragon. It's going to be a 4v4. But Doran's Weakside looks very low in HP. Are going to pick the overextended
that's a kill!
Ooh. I don't know if we can pick up more. Sign maybe also overextended. His team was going back, but now returns. Okay, Varus
he's going to be out
in order to save him. Also that nice burst bubble, of whatever the hell it's called, a plant.
Blast plant.
Blast plant, I'm going to call it a bubble from now on.
Blasting bubble. We'll call it a blasting bubble, just so you feel better about your own mistakes. I think, talking about their own mistakes, I think that was a huge mistake from Zehpyr. They tried to get everything, and because of that, they actually died a lot.
It's still fine. They lost some lead. It's still fine. It's gonna be on a kill. Oh shit! Yeah, that's definitely not a kill. Also Vex TPing, but yeah, we'll use TP just to go and walk bot side of this. Yeah, but that's the strength, right, of that Ashe support, that Varus. You have just so much lockdown. The LeBlanc that normally is a champ you can just run around with and do stupid shit and just go back. You can't do that anymore. Like I said, the LeBlanc is going to get like hard counted this game by the Zehpyr bot side.
Not to mention the Vex, of course, as well, and the jungler. And even to some extent the top laner. The entire comp's just, oh, you want to poke? How about no? Which we're seeing here a lot. We're also seeing the huge difference. I think the biggest one we should highlight, apart from the 9 kills on Varus, is just how much farm this Vi is ahead of this Jarvan. Which is very interesting to me, because if we're talking about successful ganks, I say Vi wins there as well. So I think a jungle difference definitely happening here.
Yeah, but you've seen a lot of, in like the 10-minute mark, Jarvan's trying to set a lot of things up. While Vi was just playing around ult cooldown. Like, Jarvan was really searching out, waiting for like a good moment to strike. While Vi just played around ult cooldown, played around pushing lanes. So I think a better timing, but then again, I do understand it from Jarvan. You want to put that pressure on early as your champion. You're going to get outscaled by Vi eventually. So I think it's still an interesting move. It's still a smart move, but yeah.
No, it's absolutely true. I understand what the game plan was, but it's. I mean, we see that it just didn't work out. And I think that's also shouldn't underestimate how much of an advantage that has given. Oh, and it's a missed Ashe.
Vi ult on the GP is going to get bursted down by the Vex. Yeah, that's going to be a kill. And also Jarvan being locked down by the Vex is going to die. Getting another reset here. Yeah, hits a Soraka, so he's going to continue. Katarina is continuing. We're not playing Katarina, but the other name I can't say. Okay. Sheesh, that's a lot of return damage, but I think Sion is not going to die here ever, and Sion is going to continue. Ooh, a nice snip from the snip. A nice snip from the snip. Snip, 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 snip. Let's say 10 seconds. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. But I think it was a lot of pick potential of the side of Zehpyr, just using it, just being like, yeah, we know that.
Look at this being Ashe.
Just immediately ulting Jarvan on. Okay, this is smart, not taking inhib too early. You could also say they could have been caught here if they overextended here, so I think it's also.
I think that was the reason, because I think 20 minutes is about the time you say that taking, if you're this far ahead, you start taking inhibitors.
She's going. Do they have damage actually to kill her?
And they don't have any damage though.
They don't have any damage to kill her.
Like who's gonna kill? Soraka's tickling her and
I was like, oh my god, it's the perfect combo. Wait, it's just a Jarvan Soraka. They're never gonna kill the Vi. They're never gonna kill the Vi. Vi is going to be able to.
However, we should highlight that's 2.5 items on that GP. That GP gets another one. We're starting to get to the range where a critting barrel can change a fight immediately. Sure. Which I think at this point is like the only hope they have, as they're just so far behind. But it is, I think, the thing to watch going forward in this game. Actually, not going for... actually, the second item completed for Vi as well. Still working on that second item on the Jarvan. Varus actually having 2 items as well, but 3.5 on the Varus. This, yeah, we see those differences.
I think I know, but I'm just gonna check anyway. Who has Sion selected as his nemesis?
What? You're what now? Oh, with the change, yeah. Almost certainly the Gangplank.
Yeah. Sion has selected Gangplank as his nemesis. Makes a lot of sense. He's taking a lot of HP, by the way. He has 900 health from his passive, Sion currently.
And 100 from the steel pipe, although that's actually quite little, which... Ooh. Looks like a dead Jarvan.
I think they're going to be able to get the Jarvan here. Yeah, the Jarvan will perish. Oh, they will continue with the reset! Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Vi also being quite tanky at the moment, not being able to kill that easily. It's going to survive with the heal from Snip. Snip. Oh, is Katrina able to pick up? Okay, Martendo will survive. Yeah, he will survive. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, we'll be fine. We're fine.
I mean, fine for sure not. As their base is just being decimated right now. Took that inhibitor now. Now obviously watch stronger position. Gonna play it safe, just gonna get the dragon. Here's what we see that it actually mattered that the Drake was down early. Otherwise it would be Soul and the final nail. But now they actually Soul Point, which is still dangerous but not as dangerous.
We see their carries approaching their weak side, at least the 80 damage approaching the third item. Ezreal and Gangplank soon being able to finish their mythic, I assume.
I hope so, yeah.
So that's going to be quite interesting to see if that's going to work out. The LeBlanc still being quite behind currently. But we'll see. The Vex Varus are just such a big problem. Like, you want to combo, but how are you going to get comboed if like your team is already picked the moment the fight already begun? Like, you just walk into your own jungle, you get Vi ult, you get Varus ult, you get Ashe ult, you get Vex ult.
Well, let's see if we can do it here. That's a lot of the resistance kill.
Yeah, warding on a spot, definitely not allowed to. That's what, if you don't know it's for, you spawn in the middle of the lane. Yeah, that's going to be a big issue. Especially with the Varus combo and the Soraka sign, it's going to be an easy pickup here for Weakside.
And LeBlanc combo, but
pressure. It's going to definitely be some pressure, but as you see up in 50 seconds, if they want, they can still try and play this Baron dance out.
They're definitely gone, and I think actually, that's a big ult to go down. Short cooldown, obviously, on that ult, but despite that, definitely a good ult to go down. That's an attempt.
They'll try, but even the Vi is so tanky. It's going on the right play. They're still so desperate. They're trying for it, but not going to be able to pick up anything. I think it's going to be a complete wipe of Weakside prisoners here. Also, the Ezreal falling. Only the Gangplank remains, but a big wave coming. So I don't think you're able to hold that. I think it's just game.
I think so too. The Gangplank just not being in that fight, despite the Ashe ult missing. Just using the other 5 tools to get it, and yeah, that's gonna be the game. GG well played to Zehpyr. I think honestly, comp diff was definitely a thing here, but also very well played.
Easier to execute comp. I always like the easy to execute comp, and Zehpyr just had that, and they knew how to play around it. So well played to Zehpyr. First game.
Obviously, the 9 kills on the Varus very big there. GG, and let's see what the next game will bring us.
We will look now. Actually, we should look into like the epic progression board and the scoreboard, actually. I've already been invited to the next game. Can we just continue onwards?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we'll talk about this game while we're in the lobby for the other one, I suppose.
I'm gonna really quick look at stuff. I think I already know the damage graphs.
Yeah, you see the Gangplank doing something. Actually, Ezreal doing a lot more than I thought. But yeah, that Varus just
true, but you're beating into a 0, like... you can get a lot of damage if Sion is building a lot of health with no resistances. Like, he's still tanky as all hell, but that's gonna buff your damage graphs a hell of a lot higher.
Yeah, absolutely. Although, we must say that Varus actually, that Ezreal actually did get some decent snipes. However, obviously, not enough. Very curious to see how they adapt. I think, honestly, the biggest problem there was the draft. So I'm very curious to see if they can... Well, maybe not get us drafted as big as last time. Because I think there was maybe only the Gangplank that had a lane that wasn't completely
Wait, you entertain the stream. I need to take a turbo piss, baby.
Thanks for using those words. Yeah, we're not gonna have a break apparently, so all guys, if you need to go for a piss or get something nice to drink, then definitely do so now as we wait for the team to come into the lobby again. Yeah, honestly, this is a dominant performance by Zehpyr, getting the bot lane ahead. I mean, it started level 1 with that play from Jarvan just not working out for them. Absolutely amazingly played by the enemy bot lane. Always a really good feeling, of course, the bot lane, if you manage to turn on the jungler and actually get that kill. I think if that play had gone different, we'd seen a very different game. But basically one team wanted to play around bot lane, one team wanted to play around top lane, and they both did. Only one of them did a lot more successful. Very curious to see if they can repeat their success. Not sure if they swapped sides. Let's have a look. Definitely not quite sure. Maybe they have to still flip for it. But I think they did yeah, not everybody's in their correct column yet, but it looks like they swapped sides. So actually curious to see if that's going to make a difference. Being in either the blue side or the red side. Obviously getting the counter pick. So I'm gonna ask them for the draft link. Because apparently they're already drafting and we can't quite see it yet. Then again, if Jochem's not here, then we're not gonna be able to immediately see it.
Wait. They're not drafting, right?
There we go. There's the link.
Okay, not everybody at the same time, please.
Hey, I'd rather have 4 of them than 0 of them.
Okay, they did swap sides. So I'm going
they did swap sides.
I'm very quickly going to swap the team thingies around. So that will be in order.
That's that high quality streaming. Smith in the chat as well, being very hyped about their performance. I think that's very earned for you too.
A lot of Zehpyr hype. It's VS, not VSP. Okay, I'll change to VS. I just thought Weakside prisoners, but whatever you want.
It's just Weakside. I mean, I think just this game it was mostly Weakside. Maybe just WT weaker team, but no. But I'm sure they're gonna turn around this game. At least I'm hoping so. Rooting for them.
Wait, he's on the main Doran's account while sending it. What the burr? Go off the esports account. What the fuck? What the bro?
Yeah. Well, I mean, interesting getting sent our own account sending messages to us. The casters are very ready and excited, honestly.
Okay.
What do we expect Weakside to ban here? So I expect the Ash to go.
I expect kind of the same bans. The only thing we can still see a move around is Samira. I think you could have a Samira. Okay, they're not even.
Obviously, you're banning the Samira. Now, I don't think they needed to ban it last time, but if you're red side, then the first pick's on Zehpyr. So you don't ban it, then you get to play against it. So I'm not surprised with that ban.
This is now thinking they banned the Wukong. Okay, Caitlyn now banned, so they are leaving Wukong open for now. May just ban it right now anyway.
I think there's the LeBlanc actually being banned. Interesting. And the Varus ban. I honestly don't think Varus was the problem there.
Wukong and Syndra are open. Yeah, okay, so this will immediately see that and big Wukong up. That's very fair, very good champion at the moment, so I think that's a very good pickup. We'll see how Weakside responds. Their Ashe is open, so they could counter it with an Ashe pick.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if that's a counter against the Wukong, but it is what I expect.
No, but still, it was quite effective for this last game, so you also kind of pick it away. Ashe is still quite strong, I think, so it's still a very good pickup. Maokai is also a very good pickup, I think. Last game it wasn't even banned or picked, right? No, it wasn't even banned, picked, or thought about. So Maokai, I think, is a more meta pick than Jarvan. So Weakside
I think
a little bit for the better stuff. I like that. Maokai's, I think, the saplings just give so much utility to an entire team comp. It's so good.
Yeah, and that ult's actually a really good tool to either disengage or engage. It's just so versatile. And I expected Akali here, because last time it was banned, but now they banned the Blanc instead of the Akali. Very curious to see.
Can be quite difficult, though, if you're not sure what you're against. So we'll see what Ziz answers against this. Because Vex is still open. Vex into Akali is still fine. If Akali tries to like dash on you, you just immediately fear the Akali and just walk away. So
definitely true.
We'll see how that will go. We'll see how that will
see another Vex here, I agree. Then again, they already picked a more engaging comp, so something like an Orianna or Syndra would definitely be good here as well. Gotta be the Orianna.
They're not going for the Syndra. I think Syndra is like Orianna is good in those in these kind of type of matchups. These very medium short ranged assassins. Orianna is typically very good in those. But Syndra, I think, is just the easier and more scaling champion. But yeah, maybe like, okay, last game mid lane went well. I'm just going for the mid lane matchup this game again. So picking up Orianna.
Not to mention just the synergy you have with the Wukong going in with the Wukong ult, then the Orianna ult to follow up. The Xayah in the bot lane, interesting to see. Very strong champion right now. I do agree.
It's also especially like ult's very good against dodging. One of the few things you can use to dodge Maokai ults, maybe to get out of the Akali assassination distance. So it's a good pickup seeing what Weakside has drafted so far. Draven!
Is that the Draven pick? Oh, that's a spicy.
Okay, that's a
they went the whole other way. They went Ezreal, Soraka last game, and now they've gone for Draven. Don't expect Soraka to join this.
We'll most certainly see, like, yeah. Do you even want to? I think we still need to ban Ashe, right? On the side of Zehpyr, I think. Like,
certainly. Ashe, if you're playing Ashe, you're very happy to play against the Draven, because the Draven has this beautiful thing where it literally says where he's going. So very easy to ult for Soraka, for Ashe. So just, I think, a very easy pick to pick. They actually are going to ban a Soraka, which is interesting. If you're picking Draven, you're not picking Soraka, are you? Interesting ban.
You could, but yeah, I think if you pick like Draven, don't you want like something like easy, like Nautilus, like even like Blitzcrank or something, just easy hook city, just get some kills early.
Either something that wants to go in, but as they are a little weaker, maybe you do something like, let's say, a Nami or whatever, something that can go aggressive.
They're actually going to ban the
Nautilus.
Okay.
Was it an accident, or
no,
are they afraid against it? Oh, okay. There's an argument to be made.
Nautilus is quite nice. It's also quite good to shut down Draven. But the Nautilus bans may mean that they are going to set up for a more late game Draven. Maybe they're just going to pick Draven, pick an Enchanter, and just let the Draven like get past free items. I mean, that's typically not how you use it, but it could be used that way. So I think
no. If you put it with someone like I was about to say a Jenna or a Nami, and you just say, you do the most of the work, and that can definitely work. Like, I actually kind of would like the Nami here. I'm not expecting it. Maybe you actually get the Ashe. Maybe you say, you know what, we'll pick it.
Ashe is still.
I'm not sure if he plays it. I don't think he does. But
Ashe definitely.
It's not a hard champion. Yeah, there you go. I really like this. If they actually pick this up, then I would be very happy with that, because I think that's a really strong combo. You're picking it away from Zehpyr. You're removing one of your strongest counters, I think, as Draven. And I'm actually very curious to see what they pick up now. The only problem is Xayah's kind of good into Ashe. So I'm very curious what to pick sport-wise. I might just go for a roaming support and say, fuck it, bot lane's rough now. But we'll have to see.
They were hovering it, but it wasn't banned. Rakan is still open. They could like opt Xayah Rakan. It's not as strong as it used to be.
Amumu to me makes more sense. Although if you don't get those early Qs, this lane is going to be rough. Because Ashe's gonna poke you, Draven's gonna poke you. You're gonna tank a lot of basic attacks.
If you pick like a melee support into Ashe, it means you have to hit your main engagements tool, or you're just permanently fucked.
You suffer. And even if you get in there and you don't make it into a kill, then that means you're gonna take a lot of damage on the Walk of Shame. You're gonna have to walk back to your lane, being slowed, being hit by a Draven, being hit by an Ashe.
Okay, so they have to blind top here, so they're going for a Renekton blind.
Safe pick. Works with our team.
Does the pick... I was thinking maybe they could go for the Jace counter, but if they're opting for a more team fight champion?
I kind of get why they're going for the Ornn. I don't know if I fully agree. I think the point is we have the damage, because they kind of do with Draven and Akali, and Maokai probably going AP. And this way you have a tank as well. So it's an interesting one. An interesting draft. I must say, I like the comp from... something went wrong there. I like the comp from Weakside a lot more than last game. That being said, I still like the comp from Zehpyr a lot as well, as they just went full on team fight.
Well, that plus Renekton.
That plus Renekton, but Renekton works in team fights to do his job. It's follow-up CC here. So even he in a team fight will definitely be able to perform. But I don't expect him to try and go for this team fight. I expect him to try and keep the Ornn out of the team fight. And then the 4v4 should be very favorable for Zehpyr, if they can get a good engage. That being said, the engage tools are definitely better on the side of Weakside, with the Ashe mostly, and also the Maokai, not to mention the Ornn if Ornn is allowed to be there. So, yeah, basically I think Weakside gets to choose when they fight, and that's the advantage they have. However, Zehpyr naturally has a slightly better team fight, but I expect this to be a banger with a lot of team fights either way.
So I'm actually quite curious. I don't think Renekton is even that good into Ornn. I think Ornn is quite decent into that matchup. I'm going to look what the statistics say on this one. Yeah, okay. So even now, yeah. So Ornn is good into Renekton. So that is has a 2% higher win rate against Renekton. Does Ornn have? Actually quite interesting.
Weakside going for the A band instead of the bands they actually did. Scumbag Weakside. But yeah, I mean we saw. We already know, of course, what's coming. So let me ask you. Which team do you like more? Which team come here? Because I'm actually on the fence.
I was going to say Weakside. I thought originally, but now I think about it more. I think Zephyr's comp has once again easier champions, to be honest. But yeah, I think
harder team fighting.
I think Wukong is really strong. I think Orianna does really well into Akali, and I think Wukong is able to make sure that mid lane's 2v2 is always in Zephyr's favor. I think bot is going to be rough, especially in Amumu's hands this time. So that's going to be, interesting.
Yeah, that might be the big decider here.
If that will be a flip, or that will just be even. But if it goes even, that's really good for Zehpyr as well. So if you go for a standard viewpoint, like Draven has to get ahead, I think. Like, you could scale with it, but I think that's not how Draven functions as a champion and how you want him to function. You want to get ahead. So if that's still something that Weakside has to actively do, while Zehpyr can just chill. Like, mid lane will be actively ahead, Zehpyr can just chill there. Like, top is kinda disfavored, but I think Ornn doesn't
really have kill game.
But Ornn doesn't have kill pressure on Renekton, I think. I think eventually Ornn will be more useful in team fights than Renekton, but I still don't think that Ornn is going to have kill pressure on Renekton. I think in that side lane, Renekton is still going to be more dominant.
I think so too. And the jungler-wise, Wukong just being such a strong champion right now.
So
However, I'm actually team comps. I'm gonna give it to Weakside, and here's why. Yes, the champions might be slightly harder, but these are champions they play, so that shouldn't be the biggest problem. And if I look at how will a team fight play out, then it's easier to execute from Weakside, because they get to choose the fight. They get to choose when they Ashe ult, they get to choose when they Ornn ult, they get to choose when they Maokai ult. And if Weakside, instead Zehpyr tries to engage, unless they get a 5-man ult on the Amumu or something, they're just going to get disengaged on, or re-engaged on, with the Ornn, with the Maokai, with the Ashe, or even the Akali getting into the backside. Though, I think the team fights are easier on the side of Weakside, and they both are going to want a team fight. Obviously, doesn't mean that they will win every team fight, absolutely not. I think their lanes are fairly even on both sides. Like, some lanes are going to go to one side, some lanes are going to the other side. But that's I'm actually giving the edge to purely team comp wise, to Weakside this time, which is a big fucking improvement from last game.
Yeah, like I said, I think top's easier to play for Zehpyr. I think mid's easier to play for Zehpyr. Jungle is easier to play for Zehpyr. The only awkward thing you have kinda is Amumu could be a problem, because I was going to say, well, Amumu maybe is going to die once or twice, but Xayah has cleanse, Xayah has ult, so she's going to be more safe, so she's going to be able to farm, not get dove. Problem is it's against the Draven. So if like Amumu dies twice, it still could be quite a big turning point for Weakside. So I guess that's the only reason why you don't want to give Zehpyr too much of an edge, because bot lane could be difficult. However, if you get turbo ganked by Wukong, bot lane can become quite a problem for Weakside again. Because you get,
obviously, if you get camped, then
if Amumu hits a
but...
Q and Wukong is in the range, they lose the 3v3. They lose the 3v 100%. So it's instantly dead. They can do that.
I don't know if that's true. If level 6 maybe, but in pre-level 6, I don't know if that's true. Because Ashe was slow, Draven does a lot of damage, has very good interruption tool, Maokai is the same story.
But you have the better 3v3 champs. Xayah and Amumu, like if Amumu puts someone down with his ultimate, that person is going to immediately die to Xayah.
Yeah, okay, level 6,
Maokai,
sure. Level 6 is level 6 is quite late for bot lane. Like you're probably going to have some action pre-level 6, and I think that's going to be more important. If they don't, then that's a win for Zehpyr. But I think
I think that's going to happen. I think Weakside is not going to be able to kill. Maybe they are, but yeah.
Okay, but then that's not on the comp. That's on the player.
So once again, that's just a random thought. But I think that's going to be. But you're still right. So like, post level 6 is going to be really important for Weakside to stay ahead. Which they're going to be because they're against the melee support in the early game. So they're going to have a very easy early game. So if Weakside is able to keep that maintenance, maybe have like Maokai in the side watching. Like Akali is also going to out-roam Orianna, for example. So that's also going to be something. If you like get a form and dive up, get Draven 2 kills, the game could be instantly over from that point.
So that's why I'm saying the bot lane is definitely stronger for a Weakside here. Doesn't mean that they will necessarily win. There's always outside factors, and obviously how good they pilot their champions. And if Amumu is a god and starts hitting amazing Qs, obviously. But naturally, I think they should win. And we'll see. The same way that Akali could definitely win mid lane, but I expect Orianna to be ahead because, well, that's just how the matchup goes. But yeah, we'll have to see, because it's honestly, this game's a lot more exciting, because last one we both, I mean, just the fact that we're having a discussion about it and we're both like on the fence, which comp is better, it tells me this is going to be a little more of a banger. Interesting, the cleanse on both the Draven and the Xayah, I did expect them, but actually a factor we did not discuss yet is of course that Amumu Q can hit, but if you have cleanse, then you can run away from it. There's a second Q.
But then you're going to get hit by they're going to hit by the second Q, so that's still a problem, I think. You can't,
if they're still alive.
I get why you're taking cleanse. I don't want to say it's necessarily a mistake, because the problem is, I think exhaust or either ignite on Ashe is quite useless. So that's like, just take cleanse in case. I guess it makes sense. I don't know if I would
going for the invade here. It looks.
Oh, they're going for the Downy invade, or they're going Downy invade. They're going straight Downy. Holy shit, they're doing it.
But Amumu is just standing in the booster, so I don't expect much to come from it.
Doing the straight invade, I believe. I believe it.
But they're probably just doing it to get a ward, which is quite good. I actually, against Wukong, they are afraid of those early ganks, I understand that. So if they get a ward, that's actually quite good. Then you know where it starts.
Is this A late invade, or B, is this a counter invade?
Apparently it's a counter invade. Which is interesting. I mean, I kind of get it. Amumu does want to invade, so they're probably just anticipating that invade and therefore standing in the bush. Ooh, recall on the Mumu. If they late invade, then they're doing good things. Ah, keep staying. Yeah, it looks like they're doing a really late invade, and there's no wards there. Oh, there is a ward there. There is a ward there. I am blind. So they're gonna be spotted on that ward, so I assume Wukong just go. But they're splitting the map, and if they actually manage to do that, that's definitely positive for them.
Splitting the side is actually very good for a weak side here. Splitting bot side.
Yeah, however, the problem is that they did it so late that they're starting later on this buff. So I'm curious to see if they're gonna miss any XP on the bot lane, which can make a big difference for this. Oh, they're going for the instantly gank. Yeah. Or is she just walking back? He's just immediately walking back. Okay, never mind. Not as exciting as I hoped it would be. Don't expect a lot to happen early, except for the Ashe and the Draven to poke the Amumu ever so
Why
slightly.
do I hear like bonking?
Bonking?
Is it like a spectate sound or something? A slight bonk? Like drums? Like drums bonk.
I think those are just the war drums in your head. Because I don't hear anything, no.
Okay.
Interesting, but maybe something to look at after the game. That's a level 1 Ornn though.
I do hear it. Oh shit. Oh yeah. You have or Z. Okay. I was going to say. I was literally going to say. You know what's actually pretty good because Ornn isn't going to die early because he's Ornn to an enemy.
But he's level 1. He's level 1.
And he walked into the river and he died. He got.
I think a big mistake to do that when you are 3 level.
You knew you split the map. You knew Wukong was going to be there. Wait, they didn't split the map. Maokai. Wait, why wouldn't you force a split here? Take the entire bot side of Wukong and force a split. Say to Ornn, you're not allowed to get under your turret for the coming 6 minutes, and we're going to.
I guess he was afraid.
Like, exactly what like Zehpyr's bot lane is doing right now. They're realizing, okay, they don't know Maokai's not split the map yet. Maybe they realize it, but they may not. They be like, okay, we could just get bonked here, so we're just going to chill. And anyway, they have to chill because they're against 2 range.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think it's more that they're against a very dominant lane and they don't know that Wukong's not bot. Now obviously coming bot. I mean, this is what we expect this bot lane to be, just like, very aggressive.
Technically, the invade will still be in Maokai's favor in the long run, but I don't understand just forcefully splitting in the map here. Just take entire Wukong's bot side, and go gank, see if you can gank bot lane.
I think that too. That would have been. There was a game plan. I thought it was the game plan. It wasn't apparently. I think it would have been very good if they did it, but they didn't. Akali obviously suffering a little bit under the Orianna and top lane. Yeah, I understand that now is rough for the. I mean, it's going to be a little rough this early, but just because Renekton's pretty good early.
Yeah, but Renekton has that early Vampire Acceptor. So he's going. Oh, he's going Blade. He's going Blade.
Yeah. That's smart, of course, against the. I mean, I expected that.
Or no, Gordrinker does. No, the Gordrinker doesn't build Vampire Acceptor. No, he's definitely going Blade. Yeah, Blade game. Very well.
Which makes sense.
Into Ornn, that's I think a decent pickup. Means he's going to continuously split, but I think that's the right idea.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. He's just there to keep the Ornn out of the fight.
I think maybe it could have been like, hey, I got that first blood. Maybe I can capitalize on this. I'm going Blade.
Yeah, I mean, he is, apparently. So, yeah. Apparently he thought the same thing. Still, look, kind of a calm early game, which is not necessarily good for either team, I think. Because both teams have lanes, they want to do things early, I think. But yeah, a lot of pressure on the bot lane. I mean,
I don't think SQ is going to do anything.
Yeah, you see, the Walk of Shame hurts. The Walk of Shame hurts.
Yeah, but because of that, Xayah is able to land like the combo ability on Raven. So he takes some damage back though. So
sure, but not even a snare. So meh. I think that's still definitely positive for the Draven and the Ashe, who are amazingly ahead in farm. For this early, it's almost double the farm.
Yeah. Makes sense. Once again, it's level 6. They just have to wait level 6. Quiet to Wukong and hope to God that they can be able to one more combo.
Yeah, actually very curious why Weakside didn't. I mean, they didn't. Not only did they not split the map, they're just leaving bot lane alone completely, which I think is a mistake.
We do see even trades in the mid lane. I thought it was going to be more Orianna favored, but
yeah. Which is, I think, just a testament to apparently Maarten being quite good at playing this champion. Now level 6, which I think is where the...
Do they have enough damage to even kill the next one? I don't even think they can kill it. No, that's definitely a mistake. That's definitely a mistake, trying to gank that. You have a Ornn with 0 mana, isn't level 6 yet. Renekton is level 6, they're not going to kill him ever in their life.
But yeah, true. Yeah, interesting. I think the second time they overestimate their ability to do anything in this top lane.
But why would you even, like... I trying to protect your top laner, but just leave. He's playing Ornn, leave him to die. Like don't care.
Yeah, he's gonna be good anyway. I mean,
like you have a bot lane, just turbo farm level 6, get your items and go gank that fucking bot lane, or like
yeah. I mean, you're a Maokai. You want to set up for those dives eventually. I guess. But yeah, instead just trying something top lane, failing, losing his flash, not dying. That's at least something, but not a good start.
Losing your flash for that is like so bad though, because you are showing yourself and you're not getting any from it, and Renekton is getting a flash and you're not even being choked in.
Ooh.
Yeah, I saw Miss Cannon. Yeah, that's Cannon miss. That's Cannon miss. That's Cannon miss. I'll remind everyone.
Marty, you missed 2 cannons already.
You are now
disbanded. The game.
You are now disbanded from Dorans, never to be seen again. Goodbye.
No. The tyrannical days of you as our Forsitter have long passed.
I may no longer be Forsitter, but my terrible... They're trying to gank the top again. They're trying to gank it again. They're doing it again.
Mean, if they hit that, then that will probably kill. But I'm scared for bot lane here, because they definitely have the damage to kill. They're 4v3.
Okay, but now you have a 4v3 bot lane. Now you have 4v3 bot lane. Wukong is not level 6 yet, so that means they are not going to go for this.
They're just gonna go for Drake from Weakside. Either this is a really good read, or I mean, they saw the Orianna. Maybe that gave it away. That's possible. That's actually likely. They're just gonna get that Drake. Stark contrast to last game, where of course they had to
but this Drake is correct because you have bot power. There's no way you get Drake, the first Drake with this draft. So
absolutely. And honestly, it's almost a little late on the Drake. You almost want to do it when it spawns when you're this dominant. Actually, I think to keep an eye on is Draven gonna get a kill first or a death first? Because obviously he has his adoration stacks. We can even have a look how much he has. He has 205 adoration stacks. That's quite a lot of money if he gets a kill on that.
Can you see how much money it is if he cashes out?
It's 40 gold extra plus 2.5 additional gold per stack. So that's with 200, that is 600 and something more even. It's something like 600. Ooh. But if he dies, he loses all
double sums used. This is so good for the Zehpyr bot lane though.
You say that? Yes, but that is ult down on Xayah. And cleanse down on Xayah. So next Ashe ult has to be a kill. Ooh. That's a kill, right?
Oh,
yeah, beautifully played. Beautifully played.
Well played from the Martendo. I am also a Martin fan.
I am also very much a Martin fan. I forgot that meme. I'm very happy I'm reminded of it.
It's an oldie, but it's a goodie.
Honestly, a really good solo kill, and I'm gonna say, Ashe as an aggressive lane with an Ashe, you don't mind hitting the cleanse target, because Ashe ult's gonna be up way before yours.
This is what I see. It is a cleanse trade for a Ashe flash and a Draven cleanse flash trade. Yeah, okay, it's going to be vulnerable, but they are also really vulnerable. Like this right now. Like this. Like, if you had flash here, you would have tried.
Okay, but that's just the position you never should be in. Just out of position.
You're just an apologist. You just want to say that the Ashe lane is going to be fine because you like the champ. That's fine. But it's a
definitely do not
summoner trade. That the free trade, that the one that gets free is definitely better than the one.
But I think this
numbers, Mason. The numbers.
Actually, this death is just Ashe trying to go solo on 2, like 1v2. That's just hinting. That's especially if you don't have the flash. Yeah, interesting. And now, of course, the clan's already halfway back, so they need to make a kill of it now. But, Wukong's also bot lane, so... Oh, Ashe walking way too close. Oh my god, Ashe, you're doing it again.
He's going to get monkeyed! He's going to get monkey!
Oh, actually, good dodge. But the monkey might just be able to solo kill this man.
Oh, they're actually going away. Oh! Okay, Martendo?
The clone.
Oh, he commits! He commits! He's a Chad! He commits! Okay, this is going to be died. Xayah has almost has ult. Wait, this is too soon. Never mind, it's not soon. Never mind, it's good. Okay, never mind, it's good. Never mind, it's good. Okay, well played, Weakside. Okay, never mind.
But the important part is, have a look. Yeah, that's what I thought. The Draven did not cash in his adoration stacks yet. There was too much time between that kill.
Wait, they might just blind. Okay, Renekton apparently did heralds between this. I didn't even realize.
The solo Q classic. Zehpyr would be proud. Wait, actually? Is this a kill? It's a lot of damage.
No way. Oh, has the defensive thingy from sorcery.
Ah!
I mean defense thingy, the oblivion, the
yeah.
The shield from Sorcery saved her ass, but didn't save her ass because of Ashe run.
But now it's a kill trade, which you're always happy with, because, I mean, Ornn with a kill, who cares? Renekton with a kill, that matters.
Renekton getting a lot of gold also there, with the health push as well. This is a good.
Absolutely, yeah. But still, despite that, about 700 gold lead from the side of Weakside. Playing... Yeah, but I'm still waiting. Honestly, for me, if this is a successful early game or not for Weakside, purely depends on is Draven gonna get a death first or is Draven gonna get a kill first.
Wait, he didn't get a kill in that entire 3 kills bot lane night. Holy shit! Oh, he didn't get a single kill.
And you don't have to get the kill. I think you can also cash in with a recent assist, but I'm actually not sure.
Did he cash in?
No, he has to kill it. No, he has to kill it. He did not cash in. No, you have to get a kill. So Draven still needs to get that kill. Or otherwise, I think it's quite bad. Because he's at 300 now. That's a lot of money. That's times 2.5 plus 40 is... Oh, mid lane. Oh, actually gonna hit.
It's going to hit the Ashe. Give it to yeah!
That's a Draven kill!
Give it to the Draven.
Oh my lord.
Yeah,
obviously with the execute.
That's a lot of gold.
That's a lot of gold.
I should have went back and seen how much gold was higher there.
The beautiful thing, of course, about this is
it's also on Dragon Spawn.
No,
it's also on Dragon Spawn
as well. But this actually Dravenhild gets buffed the more adoration stacks he has, as he gets an execute.
It gets an execute based on how many adoration stacks he has.
Exactly. So using that there to great effect to well steal that kill. Let's be honest here. Although it was set up by his own support, so maybe.
Yeah, Akali set it up in a way that he had the execute second part of his ult left.
Yeah.
So he was like, it was communicated. Yo, Draven, you need the stacks. We really need you to get those stacks. Yo, get this kill. Which made a lot of sense, because if as soon as Draven's going to back, he's going to be completing his mythic.
Very rich. Yeah.
Very soon. It's going to be very nice.
Yeah, I'm very curious what items he comes back with. Already has the Essence Reaver now, but I almost expect him to buy almost a full item. Now just back just with the gold from the adoration stacks alone. Yeah. Being able to buy an BF sword, boots, and a long sword. Okay, not quite an item, but a lot of gold. Ooh.
Yeah.
And this, like I said, for me it was, is this early game a success? It depends on if he can cash in his stacks or not. He did cash in his stacks, so...
Miss Cannon, okay. Got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Wukong, waiting here. Maybe now...
Oh, get spotted by Ash Arrow,
Yeah, that's the, not the Ash Arrow, the Ash Bird. But,
yeah, the hop shot.
A mistake.
Oh shit!
Oh my god, he does it again! This man is a fucking madman! Holy shit!
It has no cooldown.
Sorry, you're watching.
Please nerf Ash. That ability has no cooldown.
That's how you play that, but this should be a dead or actually.
Wait, flash on him.
Oh.
Flash on him, do it. Oh. Do it, Pingu.
Pingu, no! Yeah, the Maokai.
He wanted to wait for his Q to get Maokai in range, but he was stunned just when he was about to press it, so he couldn't get the heal off there. That was great. I would have just flashed on the Ornn, combo killed him, and maybe Maokai kill you down, but then you have
the combo was up. I don't think the combo was up. I think he just used it. I think it was still on cooldown. I think he's waiting for the cooldown. But I don't know. Maybe because I think he was looking for the same thing. Oh, all of a sudden, just like that, that's a 4K difference in favor of Weakside prisoners.
It's quite a big difference actually. So Weakside's looking much better this game. Yeah, I guess just drafting better lanes. Question mark. Crafting easier lanes.
Yeah, playing around that bot, and I mean,
Ash difference. Ash capped, I guess.
Ash difference. It might be, yeah. But I think it's
I still don't understand why Zehpyr didn't ban Ash. Like why just ban Ash instead of Soraka? If you go Soraka Draven, you have a way easier lane, and Ash is still open.
Yeah, I mean, plus who picks Ash with? Who picks? I mean, Soraka with the Draven. Nobody does that. Ash, however, fine pick with it.
Oh, sheesh, well played from the Martendo. He's going to get monkeyed here though. Is he going to die? He doesn't have E up yet. He has flash, so he's going maybe to flash this. No, the monkey flashes instead.
The monkey flashes?
Because he sees the Maokai ultimate. He doesn't. Yeah, he sees the Maokai ultimate. Maokai could have.
Oh, that's a dead ash though.
But
Dead ash!
eventually the Renekton TP will be able to get 2 kills. Renekton being very big this game for Zehpyr. Having 4 of the 5 kills. They are going to look for monkey.
Yeah,
Monkey just connect. I don't think that's worth.
worth.
That ain't worth. That's a shutdown. That's another shutdown to the Renekton, who once again grabs another kill here.
That's 5 in 1.
Like, I don't know if I've ever like seen a very fat Renekton in my life, but that's definitely a very fat Renekton I'm first going to see in my life.
That is an extremely fat crocodile. That's at this point that's more a slam than a crocodile. That's all I'm saying. But
crocodile.
Shout out to everybody who gets that reference.
I'm a boomer. I get it.
I'm a nerd. No, but yeah, but I mean that's their only point of gold though. Like they put everything in their top lane, which is.
Well, I didn't put anything in top lane. The top lane just got kills. Like
took it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he got a good TP, so he got 2 kills. Okay, yeah. Mid lane wanted to give him another kill. Yeah.
It's definitely a good thing, but is it good enough to carry the game? And I'm not so sure.
I'm a Maarten fan, but I'm also a Pingu fan. I'm definitely a Kaiser Pingu fan. I'll be
it's a Kaiser Pingu after all. I mean,
he's the Emperor Pigeon.
That's so beautiful.
I just realized the joke. It's the Emperor Pigeon. I'm true extraordinary.
Wait! Emperor Penguin, not an Emperor Pigeon. What?
I mean Penguin. Yeah, Emperor Penguin. Yeah, sorry, Emperor Penguin. Yeah, pigeon.
It's okay. No, I'm gonna let you wallow in your pain a little longer.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it.
It's okay, Jochem. You know what? At least you're pretty, so you know. No homo, of course.
I mean, yeah, thank you, man. Hook me up later or something. What the?
Wait, what?
Wait, what? No.
Yeah, no. Anyway. What is interesting to me is that they're just going for the Drake stacking. They're playing it very calmly from Weakside. Obviously having that fight
somewhat
not that great for this.
I
actually like it. Definitely. Maarten just zoning them. Oh, never mind. Maarten going in, probably dying.
That was well synergized, by the way. Oh, almost well synergized. Don't get greedy. It was well synergized with first the Amumu ult and then afterwards the second part of Wukong's ult. That's well played, but it wasn't enough damage, unfortunately.
No, Maarten actually being quite tanky. Obviously going for that tankier mythic, but still more tanky than I expect him to be.
No, just the Wukong is not that strong because he has 0 kills and
0 kills. Not that much
so I don't think Akali is necessarily tanky. I think just Wukong doesn't have a lot of damage.
Yeah, probably.
And also Amumu is not going for a support item, he's going for, what's it called? Frozen Heart.
Frozen Heart, but Frozen Heart is definitely a support item.
Actually, just build Force item now. I get it that it's a support item, but like... sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't, but why delay your mythics so long? Some mythics are so strong, especially support mythics are so busted.
That's definitely true, and I don't know if I would go it as the first item, but I do kind of get it, because you're against this Draven, you're against this Ashe, just taking less damage, especially on Amumu, who has this passive of taking less damage.
This now means you have 0 stats that will help you against Akali or Maokai, because it gives you only armor and mana, and cooler.
Okay, true, but if Akali is hitting you, then honestly, as Amumu, you're doing your job. Then you're winning that team fight, because Akali should not be hitting
and if you are doing your job as a support and warding brushes, and there's a sapling in there, you lose half your HP bar.
Okay, that's definitely true. Yeah, but I do understand it, because you want those stats, and it synergizes well with Amumu in general, because it just...
Like, I do understand it. I do also like it that he's spicing up items. That's always great. But, like...
No, but
support mythics are so good, though.
Amumu, because it gives not only, of course, reduced attack speed around him, which will be useful, but not that useful. But I believe it removes 11 damage? I mean, that's not that much. That's actually not that much.
We saw an attempted Ash arrow on the Orianna. Was spotted out early by wards though, so was able to dodge it. There was a minute.
I mean, this Orianna has had a...
What the hell is the Ash cooldown? Okay, 56 seconds is not a long time. It's like almost half already.
Yeah. It's that quickly. That's what the Ash ult is so good at. That's why you rush your boots as well. You want to be firing out that ult as often as possible. And doing so, and I mean, this Orianna has, I mean, I know she's from iron, but it's almost like she's made out of magnets, because this Ash arrow has just been hitting her this entire game. And so, honestly, being dodging one is something new. Quite cool.
You really put in the extra effort to make that, to talk something about Ash arrows hitting Orianna. You really want to put in the extra effort. I appreciate it, Alright, man.
But I think what I quite like about Weakside is they know they're ahead. They know they have 3 Drakes. And I thought they were just playing for the Drakes, but I guess they're saying, fuck it, we have the time to play for this Baron, as they are now setting up for that. Oh, that's caught out.
Has to flash even, that's
good flash. Good flash. Ornn in a interesting position. Akali in the flanks is good though, but gets spotted out. Ooh!
Oh, it's actually quite tanky actually, oh moly. I thought it was... Oh shit, they got Raven in the shockwave.
Oh!
But I think this is going to be a win for Weakside. Zehpyr has spent a lot of their ultimates trying to kill Ornn that didn't die.
Oh, that's a good ulta.
Monkey though, clone gets knocked off and takes the Ash arrow. So probably the Silence wasn't watching carefully if the clone was away, yes or no. Was thinking, hey guys, I have ult back, immediately shoots it, but there's a clone in front of you right now. So that will take the Ash arrow and actually Zehpyr walks out of here without dying, which I didn't think because they were expending every single ult trying to kill this.
It's not good enough. It's not good enough. They needed kills there, because now that it just the first ones to walk into Baron pit, or Dragon pit rather, is gonna be Weakside, which they're gonna be very happy about, because that's just what they want to set up for. Oh, actually, Daven got out here.
Has cleanse. Orianna no ultimate, Amumu no ultimate. Daven has cleanse, so that's fine here.
Fair enough. And now actually
the crocodile. Yeah, okay, Pingu. I think Pingu is very dead here.
It's not so much a
Yep.
You can call him the Russian Emperor, because he just got absolutely murdered. And now we're gonna set up for that dragon, and probably.
Yeah, speaking about setups, you're also setting up a lot of jokes this past few minutes.
Hey, you have good shoutcasters, and you have you, Jochem. And
I'm perfect. I know.
Exactly, you are the perfect shoutcaster. Actually, just gonna kill the Wukong here. That's gonna be Soul, and that's a good Soul to have here.
I just realized, by the way, we were going to interview the winners, right? But it's going to be tie.
Oh, yeah.
Because if Weakside to win this, it's a tie. It's a best of 2. It's going to be tie.
We'll make them play a 3rd game just to decide who gets the interview. Oh, that's another. I told you this Orianna is magnetic. Actually, though. Oh. But this dragon, I think, is really good, because it just makes the entire team a lot more tanky. And this Akali already being quite off tank. This Maokai as well, and obviously Ornn being full on tanky. As well as the Draven being harder to catch now. Kind of just leaves Ash as an easy target.
I think Zehpyr can walk into this Baron pit. I think it's just gone. Like, Renekton is going to see this, but the rest of the team isn't going to be... Wukong is going to be in time. We're going to have some fun. Yeah, we're going to have some fun.
Nah, Wukong is definitely going to be too late.
Now we're going to see if they can maybe capitalize on this and search a team fight. Good Amumu in a very big shockwave, but it's just not enough damage.
It's not enough.
Expending every flash, but... No, all the pieces are there, but they were just a little bit too late on everything. So this is going to be a Weakside W. And they're going to be able to get 5 for 2 and get that Baron.
I think this just shows that there's almost no way back. At least I can put one of my plays in the montage. It's definitely true. That was a beautiful Amumu, beautiful shockwave. Honestly, everything there, almost everything, went perfect for Zehpyr. And they lost the fight anyway.
Okay, no, you know what went perfect? They didn't do it at the same time because they were still like walking in there. There was a distance gap. Like if Amumu did that 3 seconds later, they would have all died because the shockwave and the Wukong would have killed them all immediately.
I mean, you say that, but look at how tanky these 3 are.
Yeah, true.
Look how much health there's still left. I mean, Akali maybe would have died, but even then...
I still would have doubted if they would even won that fight, because, like, then you still have, oh, you can't kill Ornn, you can't kill Maokai. Okay, they're just gonna maybe even win from that W again.
So, maybe not a perfect, but a near perfect fight, and they still lost it. Obviously, they're getting some gold back. I don't know if they got shutdowns, not so much, but yeah, that's not good enough. And I don't see them having another 5-man ult in their near future. If they do, who knows? Maybe we get another chance, but 10k behind. 10k is a lot of money.
Yeah, and especially if you realize technically that's not counted in. Ornn items are 2,000 gold. Like, all Ornn items together are approximately 2,000 gold. And this is that Orianna.
Together, okay. And that's another kill. Yeah, no way. This Orianna 2 and 6 now, 8 and 1 on the Maarten. I truly am also a Maarten fan.
I truly am also a Maarten fan, but I'll also remain a Maarten fan, doesn't matter what. Oh.
Once a Maarten fan, always a Maarten fan.
Trying to flash W.
Interesting thing, by the way, that last fight as well, this Ornn bought a potion already, despite not nearly being finished with his build, which I think is interesting. It was just this is last chance for them to win. Let me get a potion.
Are underrated. They're actually pretty good. Like, if you get 500 gold, if you're like, this is the fight for the game, which it kind of is if you go for Baron.
Yeah.
Just not get 500. That's the best way to spend 500 gold. That or stopwatch.
That or stopwatch, which is now 750 gold, so that's expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, so much damage.
And they're going
cracking
to
open the base.
Transition to the top side. Ornn is also setting up a buck.
Yeah, just clinical execution on choking out this base. I'm just waiting for them to find an engage, see if it's enough. But I don't know. It's just taking top side. I think I expect they're going bot side now as well to take that last inhibitor. They're not now, they're just gonna put pressure, let Ornn do it. Oh, that's an air shot. That's Akali going in. Akali dead though. But yeah. Not good enough.
Yeah. Just good shockwave, but has so little damage compared to, like, so it's just so far behind. Just so far behind. They can't get anything. Like, have
it's just a wall of difference.
It's unkillable. Yeah, I think this is a weak side W. Which means that it's going to be... Oh, Pingu trying his best to stall. Wait, that I stalled? Wait, yeah, no, I have a sense. Okay, Maokai still lives. Okay, eventually they're going to do it.
A true effort by the Remington, but not enough. And that's a win for Weakside. So going 1-on-1.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? I have just decided. If it's a tie, I'm not interviewing anyone. Like, you can nobody's getting against you. Nobody's getting against you. Nobody's going to have fun this game.
You could also invite one of them. One of each.
Yeah, one of each. You're dog shit. No, we should have won that series. No, you're dog shit. No, you're dog shit. No, you're dog shit.
But yeah, if we look at the damage graph, actually interesting to see how much Orianna still did. But yeah, then Remington trying to get his team out of that pit, but just not being able to. Maarten actually doing the most damage. Draven actually being out-damaged by his own Ashe, which interesting to me, because I felt like that one was quite strong.
Apparently, I can't see anything of the graphs, because the game is still... Woo! Still unfinished, boys. Let's go. The only thing... Okay, now it doesn't even want to...
We'll do it with the stats. We'll do it with the stats.
No, it doesn't want to lose any... No, it doesn't want to load anything anymore. Okay.
Well, I can just tell you, most damage actually done by Akali, which is not surprising. Second most damage done by Ornn, as they were just smashing their heads to get together. Remington obviously having the most damage on the enemy team. The least damage on Weakside actually being the Draven, which is hilarious.
Wait, seriously? Wait, Ashe did more damage than Draven?
But you know what? I'll send you a screenshot this way.
Wait, holy moly, it's actually so interesting, actually, bruh. Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
Is there... Okay, are we just going to interview someone from Weakside, and we're just going to call that a day? Just interview Doran's boy in the color.
Fair enough, fair. They won the last game, eh? Let's say that the last one counts for 1.01.
Okay, if someone from Weakside can send me the message, then I will...
Okay, I'm not allowed to see the graphs either, but I am allowed to see the stats, so I sent the stats to you. So if you want, you can have a look at that while we wait for someone to join for an interview? Question mark? But yeah. Doesn't look like anyone's joining. Well, that's fine. in that case,
we should probably go to the they ask which one. We may pick our interviewer. We may pick who we want to interview.
Well, I mean, normally I would say I'm very much a Maarten fan and he carried this game, but he's actually the substitute. So I'd like to speak to someone. I want to speak to the Ash. Those Ash arrows, I need to praise this person.
Okay, sure. Well, we want to speak to Silence, the Ash player. You can go into
the interview thing, and we'll go there as well.
Yeah, go to the interview channel. Is there an interview channel? Yeah, there is an interview channel. Oh my god. There's actually an interview channel for Endurance. Le Epic.
They're very epic.
Okay. There is a sound. There is a small drum being played. I swear I'm not being delusional right now. There is a slow drum being played currently.
Are you just talking about the League of Legends sound, or?
Yeah,
the League of Legends song is in the background. It has drums, but...
Huh? Like, I swear I'm just getting delusional at this point. I'm getting very delusional.
Not seeing our beautiful Ash support. Where do I need to go? Are you in the Dawn's Discord?
I'll type to him Silence. Yeah, I'll type...
Hey!
Oh. Hello.
Here we go. It's the best Ash EOS.
I found the channel. I'm here.
You found the channel, good job. But you also found the mark a lot in that game. Hitting that Orianna not once but twice, just randomly walking in lane. What is your secret, man? What is your secret?
I mean, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is just ult in like their general direction and just ping, and then tell your mid laner to just act like nothing's happening, and then just walk up randomly so they go back, because it's like a human reflex, you know? And then just walk into the ult. It's super easy.
You certainly made it look easy. My lord, it was beautiful to watch. First match, however, you guys got, well, absolutely stomped. What happened there? Why do you think you lost the first one, but actually were able to dominate in the second game?
I mean, I think it's mostly just that we didn't pick like those scaling / safe like champions in the bot lane. And also we just picked Maokai, like the champ is turbo broken right now.
Definitely true.
No, I mean the thing is like we kind of switched our focus because we were definitely prioritizing bot lane for the first game as well, but we just didn't have the champions for it, so it just didn't work. And also just the early game was kind of unfortunate because our shot calling was a mess, so we focused two champions simultaneously.
Yeah.
And that kind of like steamrolled the game for the enemy.
True. Yeah, because we expected you to split the map that game and just focus on getting the game plank ahead, but that didn't happen, and then it just went, like you said, you lost that level 1 fight, which you said...
I mean, we also misplayed the team fights a lot, because we couldn't ever jump onto someone else in the Vex or Varus. So...
Yeah, I agree. It was definitely also... Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, so when we just jumped on like, what was it? Like, what did they even have? I don't even remember. Like,
Vi and Ashe and Varus and stuff.
Yeah, when we like jumped in on the Vi, the Vex and the Varus just engaged from our backline, we died, so... I mean, even my silence couldn't save us. Pun intended.
Yeah, thank you. Intended and appreciated. But let's talk about the second game, as that was a much more fun game for you guys, I imagine. Maarten also being an absolute beast. I mean, obviously easy if enemy stands still for a full 3 seconds. But
it's pretty hard to miss, yeah.
It is pretty hard to miss then, but interesting factoid. You actually did more damage than your Draven the second game. Anything to say to your ADC on that?
I mean,
on that?
He did his job because like the enemy bot lane couldn't play. I don't know if you like saw the tab, but like I think this ADK was like 20 or 30 CS down in like 8 minutes.
Super early.
So all you had to do is just ult mid lane once and cash in like, what was it, 1,000 gold I think.
After 6 minutes you had like a 30 CS difference. 30 CS, like
if you watch back our commentary, I wouldn't shut the fuck up about Draven needing to cash in his stacks and doing so on mid lane. I went wild.
I mean, he entered one ult in bot lane, which would have landed a shutdown, but we just left it off as like, okay, I'm just saving the execute.
He double clicked it, right? Because the ulted immediately back. Yeah, I saw
it. No, he hit the clone, so then it goes back.
Ah, okay.
I thought he just double clicked it. I thought he double clicked it.
I don't know what happened, but like...
So
At least
he
the
did his
intro
job. He did his job even though he did less damage than you. That's fair. Very gracious words. I would have definitely flamed my.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not playing my teammates on camera. Like what?
You do that behind their back.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
very fair. Very fair.
So yeah, it is a 1-1. So this is not I cannot congratulate you on the win. I can congratulate you on the tie if you want to.
Sadly.
But do you have like a shout out, like something you wanna shout out or say, or something? Some last words.
I mean, shout out to Marta for subbing in. I mean, otherwise we're just gonna play. So, I mean, I'm happy with a 1-1, right?
Okay. So you think as soon as you're, cause you like you're normally top laner, right? Did you get subbed up?
I mean, we kind of switched around for the season because we were. I mean, our team wasn't just really working because some people played the roles that they didn't really want to play, and this setup right now just makes everyone like happy. I mean,
this is the new setup. This is a new confirmed setup.
Yeah, but then with Cos, Inferno Trigger as the AD, and then Crobo mid lane.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's all.
I mean,
that is swapped. Okay.
I mean, of course, I'd like to play top lane if possible, but I mean, support is so easy, so it's fine.
But support's also so chill. Yes, so much freedom to just do whatever the fuck you want in your life. It's so nice. So nice.
You can just pick whatever and it works. So I mean.
But a shout out to Maarten. It's always good to meet a fellow Maarten fan.
True.
And then there's nothing left for us to thank you so much for the interview. Thank you for the game. It was very entertaining, and thank you for the masterclass on Ashe. And
no problem.
hopefully we'll get to cast another game, and hopefully then you will go 2-0.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I'll make sure of it.
Good.
All right. Thank you guys for casting, and see you later.
See you later.
Yes,
Hey,
bye-bye.
Krobo, can you not flame me in chat? Thank you. I was a very good support player. Come on. Man.
No, but Krobo was a very good support player this game as well. At least that's what the damage graphs say.
All right, but I'll see you guys later.
See you guys.
Bye.
On that note, Jeroen, I think that's it for the stream.
I think that's it actually for the stream. So all of you, thanks for watching. I'll also going to put all the games on YouTube. So like this season is on YouTube. Like so every single team has like one game they can watch back. So I'll put it on YouTube.
I should probably put the link in the chat as well. And WhatsApp chat.
The YouTube channel, because I'm still not sure which it's mixed to. We have two, and for some reason we have like a replay one, and for some reason it's mixed to replay. But I tried to change it. But okay, I'll
the
post
link is also.
I know.
So if you want to, if you are the teams that just played and want to see your own game cast, then certainly go there. Although I think you can also watch it back on the stream. But I'm not sure.
But that's only up for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, it gets automatically deleted.
Okay. Well, then if you want to do it quickly, then.
Yeah, and of course, so thanks for the two teams, Zehpyr, Sis, and Weakside for playing, and we'll all see you next week in another epic Dorans v whatever hell team wants to play against Dorans match again. Bye bye.
Bye.